As cheesy and cliche as that is. One game at a time here from State Green in terms of coming back. So with that said, here we are, moving on into the draft stage between State Green and Lion Esports Club. Again, line up 2-0 here in this best out of 5 series. So let's get it on. Let's get it on. Scout, Warby, Slither, Keeper of the Forest. I believe those were the same exact bands as the first game coming out. Yes, they were. State Green, both State Green and Lions, doing their thing with the bands there. Picking stays, Wretched Hag, the first pick by State Green this time. So again, leaving the Hag open. They take it themselves. Engineer the response. Ophelia coming out from State Green. Ravener picked up by Lions. You had the Bubbles final pick from State Green, at least the initial part, and then Tempest coming out there for Lion Esports Club. So both teams, safe to say, pretty comfortable with their lineup so far as what we're seeing here between the two teams. And now into the banning stage here. Soul Reaper is going to be that first ban coming out there by State Green, actually. That's kind of interesting. Well, yes and no, because obviously State Green, Chessie, he's been playing that Soul Reaper every now and then recently. They are a team that will take advantage of that hero and go more of, say, the Keeper of the Forest, the Ophelia, the Soul Reaper kind of push-style strategy. Obviously no Keeper here, but they ban it here against Lion Esports Club, as Lions also, though, has been known to play it in the past. In fact, way back when the last was a little bit different, but they were really known for really bringing Soul Reaper onto the competitive scene, so as far as it being used quite a bit. So, but not going to be seen here is what it comes down to, so enough of that. Torturer, Corrupt the Disciple, Sandwraith, and Grinix coming out here with the final ban for State Green. So once again, they go the Grinix route. Now again, Dampier not touched this game. He eventually got banned the last game in the second tier of bans. Will it be different this time around? Both teams could still use a Dampier. Maybe. I guess not really in the end. I guess both teams do have a jungler, so that's where it is taken away more likely from that opportunity as far as seeing him here. But he is left open. So at least there is that possibility. Zephyr was the final ban, though, from Lions. Yeah. Speaking of being able to group up and push, they take that away from them as far as that's concerned. So Pyromancer coming out here for State Green. Of course, Z-Freaks, I think if you were to ask him who's his favorite support here on the as far as to play, and I think Pyromancer may even be the top one for him, if not up there. I mean, it's obviously the more aggressive style of support hero, and why not like to play that hero? So gonna be picked up here though. We'll see who he synergizes with, because again, they still need their middle option, it looks like, when it comes down to their lineup. Now as far as Lions is concerned, right-click on that Jerizaiah. They've done this a couple times recently. You know, another hero that they've done is Suicide is that Succubus. I'm kind of wondering if Succubus could be an option here for Lion Esports Club, possibly as far as the Suicide goes. So, how about that Emerald Warden coming out here from Lion Esports Club? And am I wrong? Didn't we see this yesterday from Lions? Weren't they the ones to run it yesterday? Am I not mistaken on that? I believe, or was that State Green? Dang it! No, hopefully it's in here at least. It was, yes, it was Lions. Yes, okay. So it's Fuzi they did against Denali Esports, and yeah, he had a successful game. I mean that game. Now the big reason why that was really good to see is because again against the Doctor Repulsor, having that 5-second silence at level 4 of the silencing shot, very very powerful tool. And they were able to lock him down with it, and just overall as a team, they just have that game. So, but they're going to use it here, and again, you look at the case, for locking down, say, that Wretched Hag from being able to blink around aggressively, and maybe also I don't know if State Green would have picked up the Doctor by any means with their final pick here, but so I guess it wouldn't be preemptive for that even, but. There you go. They're trying out the Emerald Warden again. These teams not afraid to try out maybe some new things going into the DreamHack event, even though this is the grand finals here of HoN Tour Cycle 7. Some good money and some good points ultimately on the line. In the end, willing to try something different. Now, again, Lions have been a little more comfortable to try something different, arguably. They are up 2-0, but that also goes back to the fact that again, we did see that, what was that, Cycle 4, I believe, where they were up 2-0, and then they ended up losing the series. So, not to keep bringing that up by any means, but kind of, that definitely stands there. So, Moon Queen. I always just love saying that, man. Moon Queen coming out here from Stay Green. So, they go the Moon Queen pickup. Well, actually, so what are we going to see then? This is interesting. Okay, so, no, not smoke. I think I'm overthinking it. That's one. Okay, we're going to see a short lane Moon Queen here, Pyromancer to babysit him. Of course, Bubbles Hag as your solos, and then Ophelia in the jungle. I don't think we should expect any kind of man up lane here by any means from State Green. I think that would just be too risky for their taste. So probably just more the defensive style, more just pseudo-trialing defensively at the bottom lane. Very likely. Lion Esports Club. Whistler's been right-clicked for a little bit here from Jonas the Fan. I wonder if that is something they're genuinely thinking about or not. Or if instead they're just going to be going a different route. Again, I have the idea of maybe that Succubus. Some extra nice CC coming out. Decent suicide option. Obviously they can't go Grinix. He was banned out. 8 seconds to choose. Lodestone. Lodestone coming out. So again, Lodestone's kind of coming back a little bit. He died off. He took those hits as far as nerfs go. Last couple of months, we haven't really seen him too much. He's back, though. I think it's safe to say. I mean, we've been seeing him here, especially in Cycle 7, kind of creep back up. And again, we'll see going into DreamHack if that is more of a fluke or whatnot, or if he actually is making a bit of a comeback once again. But going to be picked up here from Lions. And so here you go. So, again, the big wild card here. The big wild card here is Emerald Warden. Fusion Emerald Warden. How is that going to turn out for them? Is it going to prove to be the very smart pick in the end, or is it going to prove to be the, well, they may have stretched a little too far, went with something different, and came back and bit them in the ass. So I'm confident that it can work for them, of course, and as I'm sure they are, but again, whenever you do a different style of pick like this, it seems like it's one or the other. Either it works out very, very well, and it's like, why don't we see this hero more? Or it goes disastrous, and then everyone's like, well, yeah, never pick that again. So it's never an in-between in these cases. Again, they did use it yesterday, like I said, against Denali Esports, and it worked out very well. But that was more of a team game. I mean, Emerald Warden himself wasn't necessarily shining as, oh, that's the reason they won. But again, he wasn't a reason why he didn't drag them down by any means either. So he is a good potential here. He is more of that mid-game presence. This is more of a snowball style of team here on Lion Esports Club, and well, they love doing that, so kind of fits their play style. And actually, they want to make it happen right here. Ophelia gets jumped. The ball lightning follow-up. Here we go. The lockdown on Ophelia. The kick's not going to be used as well, and Ophelia will fall first. Are there going to be more kills? That's the question. Tempest being chased down. That's going to come at a cost, though. Z-Freak's in trouble. Z-Freak's going to go down. They do get the kill from Tempest, but at what cost? Mooquin, the big trap to lock him down. Mooquin's in trouble. Ravner may fall. No, the ball lightning jump in. He goes down, though, after that. Bubble's now in trouble. He shoves us away, but Wretched Hag, she's going to be fine as she has a blink, but it ends up being, what, a 2 for 3? Yeah, 2 for 3 exchange. 3 for 2 exchange even, in favor of Lion Esports Club when it's all said and done. What a way to kick off the next game here as both teams going at it in the jungle, and before you know it, that's how it'll end. So here we go into the laning phase. As far as the lanes go, so far it looks pretty much as expected. Yeah, Swinmelon's actually going to be in that suicide here. Maybe that's the only little bit of a take there. I mean, maybe you would have expected to have Bubbles at the top to match up against the Emerald Warden there, but actually they want Bubbles to match up against the Ravener here and Wretched Hag instead to go up against the Emerald Warden at this top lane. Feel more comfortable with that matchup. So we'll keep an eye on that to definitely see how that one shapes up. But so Bubbles versus Ravener mid, make that Ravener NG. So that actually makes a little more sense. Yeah, I totally forgot there'd be an NG there. He's busy back at base. He's actually almost on his way to Boots here. And actually, Lodestone able to pick up Boots, by the way, as a result of that exchange going on. So that's a pretty big deal when it comes down to it. You do see Pyromancer making his way back down here, though, and now Lodestone will need to be a little bit more careful, perhaps. Top lane, Emerald Warden actually taking some good pressure from Wretched Hag off the bat. Hag 0-2 to start. Emerald Warden 0-3, though. Slightly better start for him. The GPM chart off the charts. Obviously pretty skewed because of that start there. Don't look too much into that. Damn, what a fun start, though. I can't wait to see these two teams, especially at DreamHack. I mean, they've been playing so much with HoN Tour. It's going to be fun watching these two teams on LAN. And, again, I'm not predicting the grand finals by any means at DreamHack, but I think it's safe to say once again that these two teams are going to be the two favorite teams going into the event. And at least they're going to play once, I would like to think. Again, I don't know the full sky. People are asking me, like, what's the information? I don't know either, guys. I mean, it's all on DreamHack, so I believe they're waiting for this coming week to announce all the matchups and everything and how the group stage is really going to break down and whatnot. So we'll have to wait pretty much until the event to kind of get a good idea of what we're looking at there. Lowstone bottom lane, though. He's in a little bit of trouble. Minotaur trying to cut him off. Not going to happen, though. Jonas the Fan just a little too quick right there for my nuts to chase him down with the Minotaur. So he's able to live. And Ophelia instead will go back into the jungle, of course. Continue to farm in there. Wretched Hag and Emerald Warden. Hag seems like, again, she's in a pretty good spot to... Actually already has her bottle here early on. That's definitely helping a lot, I'm sure. So Nomel's taking advantage of that. This creep farm, 4-1 Warden, 10-4 Hag. So, yeah, really is actually being won by Wretched Hag quite a bit, even. This matchup proving to be the solid choice here. Oh, what's going on down here? I might be missing something. Here we go. Lowson actually taking a stun. They try to kill Pyromancer, but now they're falling back. Yeah, the hasted Engie, he ran in, tried to assist for a kill, but no kill's going to happen when it's all said and done. Bubbles knows Engie's missing, though, but Ravender turns on him, actually. And Limp is all of a sudden forced to point away, but here comes Engie. He has a Kex, can he land it? No, he just a little bit of misplace. He had a Haster kind of jetting on by. Seeing what he can make happen. Wretched Hag in the meantime at the top lane. Going to activate that health potion. Tempest trying to find her, but not going to happen. Emerald Warden will just continue to farm in the meantime. So yet again, a pretty aggressive and fun start here. You know, the other thing I love about those matchups, I'm sure that everyone would agree, is that, you know, we've had some classic rivalry matchups in the past. You know, most notably things like Complexity versus TDM, TDM versus Stay Green, or Stay Green EU versus Stay Green for that matter. You know, a lot of these big-time top-team matchups that we've talked about, at least more in the recent history, last year or so, seems like, let's be honest, they've been more of the passive play in the end. And, you know, maybe not as entertaining in terms of just action-packed, but still just very well played and fun to watch from that point of view. This matchup, though, Lions versus Stay Green, it seems like it never disappoints. I mean, it's just always aggressive, always a lot of action. These two teams know how to really go at one another as far as their play goes. And, again, it's just a lot of fun to watch. So, even though this is the grand final matchup we've had now for the last 5 cycles here in HoN Tier, I think it's hard to be disappointed by that, to be honest. It's just a spectator and someone that just wants to watch some good Heroes of New Earth. Lowstone in the meantime, he gets away. Speaking of good Heroes of New Earth, he's able to avoid Moon Queen and Pyromancer from collapsing on him. So sneaks on out of there with the rocket drum. Middle lane, Bubbles in trouble. Bubbles going to be bursted down. Super KGE gets credit for the kill. But obviously that's the power of that combo. The take cover not enough there for Bubbles. And then the top lane, however, Swinamel's picks up a kill on Emerald Warden. Makes him pay. And again, Swinamel's has been doing a very good job up here as far as his start. 21-7, now 22-7. Still doing much better than the Emerald Warden there, and then the kill on top of that. So he's definitely going to be in a carry here early on for Stay Green. Now with that said, the other carry, Moon Queen. Oh, that TP in. That's unfortunate because Bubbles just wasting a TP right there. Good job by Lions, though, forcing him to cancel it at least. And now they're going to get some extra push at the tower. But Moon Queen in the meantime, though, like I was saying, 322 gold per minute. Obviously, his creep farm is pretty damn good. 28 and 13 creep start. Creep kill start here for Moon Queen. Lowstone going at it with Pyromancer. Smashes his face into him. Does that make sense? No, but really. Moon Queen's level 6 now has a Soul Scream Ring purchased. Energizer already in the works, of course. Emerald Warden again. It's going to be fun to see how he builds now. Against Denali Esports, we saw Emerald Warden build into an Assassin Shroud and then eventually work off of that as the game picked up. I think it was Assassin Shroud. What was the follow-up? I think it was a Shield Breaker even. I think it was Assassin Shield Breaker, I want to say. But anyways, it was a very aggressive, you know, gank-oriented. Now middle lane, Bubble's going to be locked down. He take covered the initial rocket trail, but they were almost wanted that to happen. Obviously, a beautiful follow-up with the Ball Lightning. And then double damage Ravener assist right there big time. Jonas the Fan gets credit for the kill. Good roam coming out. Again, your Suicide. He's not doing too much in his lane, which he actually kind of is done. I mean, he's level 5. And but assisting with the gank there in the middle. Doing a good job of that. Oh, Lowstone now sitting on top of Ophelia. I don't think... That was a late reaction right there. Saying, wait a second, he's here. Now Ravener comes in, and Ophelia's going to fall. Batblaster coming out. Look at that turn chance. Bubbles jumps in. Beautiful turnaround coming out from Stay Green. Engineer's also going to get caught. He will fall. Double tap. 4 my notes right there in Bubbles. And it ends up being a 3-for-1 exchange right there. So the bait is successful to say the least, from Stay Green. I don't think Lions was ready for that, obviously. They just saw the food and they went all for it. But they were going into enemy territory, and Stay Green was ready to respond right there. And Swindlemelon's off to a great start, 2-0-4. 390 goal per minute after that fight right there. The bat blast was huge, assisting quite a bit. Bubbles coming into the top lane. Wretched Egg blinking in on our screen. Doing some good damage right there, cleaning up the creep wave pretty quickly. They do have pretty decent creep clearing potential here on the Legion side. Hag, Bubbles, and Pyromancer when he levels up. There's the, so yeah, Chessie actually upgrading the boots first, and the steam boots, and even buying the Helm of the Victim now, so going to be going that Whispering Helm, it looks like, before even investing into the earlier on Energizer. Oh, Skeleton King net on a Ravener. Ball lining to initially stun Ophelia, but he knows he's in trouble. Will he port with it? He does. He's going to go for a turn kill, actually. Not going to happen, though. Yeah, he knew he set up way. Might as well just go for a turn kill. Make them use regen, if anything, at least, because he was not getting away from that exchange. So good cutoff right there from Stay Green. And you see Ophelia starting to have a bit of an impact now for SG. 3-2-1 for her. Lodestone back to the bottom lane. And he's doing solid. It's level 6, 240 gold per minute. Safe to say the other Suicide's doing better, though. That's Swindlemelon in his start on the Wretched Hag. Emerald Warden. Emerald Warden's kind of, not doing the best. 270 GPM. His creep farm's kind of been struggling against the Hag. It is picking up now. He does finish the Steam Boots here. That's the Ring of the Teacher on top of that. I want to say, I don't know if he got the Energizer yesterday either. I can't forget, or I can't remember even. I never forget. I can't remember if he did or not, but we'll see if he actually does finish that here or not. Hag actually going at it with Engineer. Ball lightning going to be dodged, and actually that could be a kill on Engineer. Oh, it's going to be close, though. He will fall. And Raven now, oh, the nice stun from Joseph, and the face smash with the auto attack to finish him off. So a counter kill into Hag after it takes out his support. Worth it there for Lion Esports Club. And he was in the blink animation, but Lodestone just enough lockdown to obviously stop him from getting away. So well played right there. Top lane. Oh, Super KGE setting up. They got a silencing shot. Can he get close enough? There's a silencing shot. He cannot take cover. Ball lining in. And yes, that will be going to limp. And you see right there, just another great use of silencing shot. It really is just such a strong tool. Single target. It's 5 seconds silence now at this level. They do push the bottom tower in the meantime to Stay Green, but great against heroes like Bubbles, as we saw right there. It's also just good damage. I mean, it even scales into the later game. I think people even forget that. I'm saying this as if we see Emerald Warden all the time, but hell, I have to remind myself of that. And if I have to remind, so I'm sure there are people out there that don't really keep that in mind as well. So, but again, it scales into as the game picks up. It's a lot of damage. It's 100 plus your attack as magic damage with the 5-second silence on top of that, and it's only 10-second cooldown on top of that. So it really is just a great skill to have in using the game. So again, the good execution to set up the Kona Bubbles, but nice tower push from Stay Green in the meantime. And at least the overall stats continue to be very even. Moon Queen once again is doing well here early. 375 GPM. Has that Whispering Helm. We'll see if he finishes the Energizer next. What's going on top lane? Emerald Warden going to be taken out. However, Wretched can be locked out by the Elemental Void. The Keg's going to follow. The stuns from Tempest. He blinks away. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. The third stun comes out from Tempest. And Wretched will fall. So couldn't save their teammate in Emerald Warden. But at least, again, they do make a counter kill happen. Onto Hag. And actually, Ravener is going to push back the middle lane as they were trying to push it a little, but double damage Ravener, too scary. Super KG, 1,230 gold saved up. See if he goes in that portal key first or not this game. So Fuzi's farming Emerald Warden, again, not as big as it was yesterday, that's for sure. So I wonder if that's going to change up his build as well when it comes down. Like I was saying, the Assassin Trail was built on him last time. Will it be different this time around? Middle lane, Ophelia's here, locking down Ravener. Doesn't have assistance, though. This could be very risky from my nuts here. Oh, boy. Okay, he's going to be fine, though. That is Chessie's Vagabond leader, by the way. Not Ophelia's. Okay, they're pushing mid, though. They want this tower kill, and the tower kill they will get. Good push there from Lions. just have enough presence to prevent Stay Green from confidently stopping it, of course. Oh, that was okay, just a couple creeps, no big deal. Lodestone's freaking out over here, and he's just killing some minions. Calm down, bro. Ancients in the area. Double stack Ancients are here. Stay Green's trying to really catch them. Okay, they're going to counter ward. They're going to get at least a ward side. Maybe the Rev Ward's out of range. It is, so they don't actually see this Rev Ward here. They are going to eventually see it, though. Okay. So they're going to do double stack Ancients as a team right here, just to be safe. Moon Queen. Ideally going to get the majority, but Hag needs to be careful at the top lane. Oh, invisible Lodestone. Ravener's running as well. Lodestone. There's the rocket drill. It does down. The ball winding right on top. Will they have enough burst? The face smash, everything. No, it's not enough. He blinks. TP. The Shadow Storm's out of range. If the Shadow Storm, that was just out of range. Maybe 100 more units, and that would have been a kill, but could not get close enough. He wanted to hug him. Wretched Hag did not let him. So Hag makes the escape right there. Overall, though, look at Handskin, man. 400 GPM. Astrolabe, Ring of Sorcery, Steam Boots, yet again, as usual, on his Tempest. He knows what he's doing. Off to a great start here. And he's only 0-1-1, so he's only been involved in one of the 9 hero kills. He's farming 400 gold for me. I guess that's the reason as to why he might be so high GPM, because he's been farming the whole time. Middle tower, though, aggressive push coming in. Stay Green will drop it here. Double Skeleton King Minotaur army. For a field. As I was saying earlier, this is Chessie's Vagabond leader, so he's using that to stack the Ancients over here. Ravener pushing out the top, wanting to be careful. Super KG does 2,500 gold saved up. He's going to port back here, so we'll probably get an idea. Icebrand, right? I'm just kidding. He's not buying anything just yet. Okay, he's going to continue to save. Interesting. Huh. He might be going for the Insanitarius. What is it for a full Insanitarius again? It is 2750. So he is just about there. If that's the case. Might not want to give away that information for whatever reason just before. What did he buy? I didn't notice. I think it might have been the makings of an Insanitarius, but I thought I saw him with the victim, so. Anyways, we'll see shortly if that is the case or not. But so if it goes in Sanitarius, though, again, being more that, and again, I also think that may have a little bit to do with the start from Emma Warden here. She's not as big of that damage presence because her start has been a little slower. It is 300 GPM now. Obviously, a team effort has definitely accounted for that big time. She actually finishes her Energizer. But yeah, I can see with that, and Sanitarius pickup, if that's what it is. Oh, that makes sense. That means he won't be going to Portal Key, though. Granted, Lodestone has about 1,400 gold saved up, so maybe the PK on him going to be here shortly. Well, that nice jump coming out. Emerald Warden laying down some traps behind, so has some path to go right here if he does get chased down. Setting himself up. Also, they're decent for vision. That's the other great thing about these these traps here. Is they're great vision as well, and also can block camps on top of that. So we've even seen strats in the past where they pick up a warden, they get the trap first, and they go around and counter the camps with Emerald Warden traps, similar to the Electric Guy with Scott, of course. So, okay, it wasn't in Sanitarius on Super KG, so yeah, he's going to be having that delivered here. On the way, Pyromancer. Counter Ward in the middle and in the meantime. Moon Queen, where's she at? 380 GPM. Tempa's still managing to stay ahead of Moon Queen, but Moon Queen is farming up a Shrunken Head here, so just passing up the Energizer as a whole even. Just trying to finish off the Shrunken Head first. Making that a priority. Wretched Act does have a Light Brand purchased. Double damage Rune on Swinamelons. Actually stealing the Hellborn Ancients over here. Blinking away before she gets caught. So both teams fairly content at this point to kind of get the farm on. Not a whole lot of aggressive play coming out from either side now. I mean, it's been an aggressive start once again. 9-9 hero kills, so 18 total, and 16 early. It's been now since for like around the 14-minute mark or so. But obviously slowing down these last 3 to 4 minutes here. Pretty obvious where the Legion team is coming from. Grimoire and Hag, Shrunken Head on Moon Queen. Definitely some big item pickups that they're going for. As far as Lions, not too sure. I would think the porta-key on Lowstone, which he does have here now, going to be delivered, is the big one. And depending where Tempest wants to go, they do try to jump the top lane. Okay, Dust does not see Hag, actually. Did not actually hit him. He was just out of range, so vision not going to be enough right there. And Hag just going to be nearby, not doing too much. Engineer might be in trouble, though. He might be caught off. Nice turret placement, though. Beautiful turret placement. Bubbles, though, coming in. Not going to do anything, though. He had a chance for a Kelphill, but at that point, he was just a little too far away, so he survives. Tempest going to port away before anything happens to him. Going to the bottom lane, actually. Going to assist with Emerald Warden. So we're going to have Emerald Warden. He's been slowly kind of progressing here. Another 1,200 gold saved up. What was bought? Mighty Blade on Handskin. So he is going to be going the Shrunken Head next now. Skeleton King to stop it is all they'll have on the Legion side. He already has 2 of them here. Ravener middle lane. Needs to be careful. Bubbles doesn't have a portal key just yet, though. 1,800, nearly 1,900 gold saved up, so not able to jump in there. Bottom lane's going to be aggressively pushed. You got Warden, Tempest, Engineer. This should be a free tower kill. Stakegreen's going to try to counter in the meantime, both mid and top. See, mid lane, they're actually looking for ganks. Will they get it right here? Ravener and Lowstone, oh, the 2 of them. If it was 1, maybe. It's 2. They still want it, though. Kelphill coming out. Ravener going to be the jump. Lowstone rocket shields away, actually. And that'll be enough. So Lowstone played very defensive right there. He even had an invis written that he's able to use. Granted, there was a red fort here. Felt like he could have maybe tried to go in right there to both save Ravener and go for maybe a turn, but again, that could have also resulted in a 2-for-0 exchange in Legion's favor. So he plays the safe route. He stays alive. Nice pick on a Ravener, though, from Stakegreen. They also get the top tower kill on top of that. So some good surge of momentum coming out from them. And now Stakegreen sticking together as a team here, working the Hellborn jungle. Cleaning that up. 2,000 gold on Wretched Hag. Lions is ready to defend the top lane, and it's going to be enough. You see right there, I'm already using the wolves and realizing that none spawn, so at least they're not. What is the range on that? 2,000? Jeez, 2,000 range. Holy crap. And well, at least they weren't in 2,000 range right there.
Where do you think you're going?
Calm down, bro. Calm down. Portal Key is finished on Bubbles. Picks it up at least. Shrunken Head is finished on Moon Queen. Now there's another 1,000 gold saved up. Looks like Lions may be working to make something happen at the top here. Emerald Warden. Emerald Warden actually gets a Warhammer pickup, so obviously not going the Assassin Trail this time around. Could be one of 2 items likely. Shrunken Head or a Shieldbreaker. Could be a Thunderclaw. Wretched Hag gets ported back in time. Ooh, that was close right there. Able to jump, but Ophelia was there to port him back initially. And maybe that's even why she jumped. And they obviously didn't get to the beginning of that, but they're going to push in this top lane now. And I don't think Stakegreen's interested. Yeah, they're not even remotely trying to defend this. They're just going to be pushing out their own lane, so this will be a free secondary tower kill for Lion Esports Club. And they're going to keep going. Yeah, Stakegreen, they're going to, the Moon Queen going upon him still. He's level 14. He wants to get that tower kill. He's going to take some good tower damage, but he doesn't care. Get that tower kill, then port back most likely. There we go. He is going to get it. Pretty good for Stakegreen right here. Now can they defend? Bubbles does jump in, take cover. He's going to take some shots. Shot though, a lot of action on him. Kicks out, he will be finished up, but a one cost right in the background. Loso jumps in. The Shadow right on top of Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag able to blink away though. He's invulnerable. He takes some damage. The jab is on the minute. It's canceled immediately, however, in the background. And now Moon Queen doing some good damage. Energy field is up, but Engineer falls. We're having to try to turn something on in Bubbles, perhaps. That's not going to happen. Emerald Warden falls, and a genocide for, holy crap, for Stakegreen. Quad kill for Chessie right there. Lion Esports Club going deep into the base, and that proved to be a very costly decision. Limp actually using a big buyback right there after initially getting caught out. And wow, does that work out plentiful for Stakegreen. Chessie all of a sudden, 530 gold per minute, gets the quad kill in that fight, and he goes right for the middle tower right here. He has another 3,800 gold already saved up. He's going to be well on his way to a Geometer's Bane here as this next item, as he just got that Shrunken finished recently. So Big fight, but yeah, also the decision making right there from Lion Esports Club, and really not the best. I mean, they went balls to the wall big time into the base, and obviously again proved to be the wrong decision. So both are definitely a mix right there. Stay Green is playing it very well, but Lions probably should not have been invested into that fight as much as they were at least. So well played by Stay Green though. 8,800 gold lead, 12,000 plus experience lead now. And now if you're Lions, obviously you're not feeling nearly as good all of a sudden. Moon Queen especially being on Stay Green. And again, Lions, the way this lineup was built, this was more of an aggressive mid-game style team, which up until that point, I mean, things were still looking decent at least. But after that fight, not so much for Lion Esports Club anymore. So Stay Green again trying to stay alive in the series and feeling much better about doing so now. But here we are, Moon Queen. Now nearly 5,000 gold saved up, so pretty much just going to right-click a Geometer's Bane, I'm sure, when he has the appropriate gold for it. It is going to be a shield breaker on Emerald Warden, so just getting some raw damage out of him. Very squishy, but want to be able to assist with that. There's the Geometer's Bane finished in full. Ravener actually gets jumped by Hag, but Hag just kind of scouting things out with the haste rune. Gonna run on by, eventually fall back. Stay Green not gonna waste too much time though. Congress out, not really too concerned about that. They got a level 16 Moon Queen. She has a really core trio here, the Whispering Helm, Geometer's Bane, Shrunken Head. And then they have a Wretched Hag also, is obviously very far, and just as a team looking really strong. So they push the middle tower. Lion Esports Club having to defend their base now. Tempest doesn't have an ultimate for 20 more seconds. That was also another big thing about last fight. That immediately got canceled. I believe it was by the kill field after the Bubbles buyback. So they do push them out eventually, but as Stay Green typically does, go to the jungle now and clean out Lion Esports Club jungle here. See, Emerald Warden's actually realizes he might be in a little bit of a dangerous spot himself, and gonna maybe try to come out. That's risky. Yeah, he probably would just be better off TPing out rather than risking getting caught, which he's gonna do right there. So he'll TP back to base, but again, his GPM has just not really been going up nearly as fast as, well, both as Moon Queen has for one, as well as I'm sure Lions would be liking here. So Hanskin continues to be on top at 390 GPM. He continues to do a great job. In fact, that Shrunken Head is going to be very short now finished. So he gets the Warhammer pattern in 20 more gold. And that means the only thing, once again, the Skeleton King will be able to stop him. But as I've always talked about for the longest time, they do have a Tempest factor here. On the Hellborn side, Emerald Warden, speaking of getting caught. Oh, he's almost still alive. He finally falls, though. Limp gets credit for the kill right there. So he comes back in, he looks to farm, he gets picked off, meanwhile the bottom blade, Chester gets one kill, but actually Moon Queen's in trouble. Moon Queen's in trouble, Tempest here as well, yes, it will be a kill on a Moon Queen. Seal Kick got picked off, but of course Lions is still very happy with that exchange, so launching Emerald Warden getting picked up at the top side, and in the meantime, Moon Queen's going down. So Lions, definitely feeling good about that, but Moon Queen does have a buyback, probably won't end up using it here, I don't think the opportunity will arise. Obviously the Lions definitely use, though. Lowstone even assisting with the push, but I don't know if they're going to keep going here. Jesse has actually a Skeleton King now, so that's even another Skeleton King that they have to worry about. Or Tempest more, so he gets the Shrunken Head delivered right there. But Stay Green's counter-pushing both the top and even the middle here. Put in some more damage even on that middle tower. So, even with Moon Queen dying, I think Stay Green even got further ahead, despite Moon Queen getting picked off right there. That shows you where they're at once again. As a team, they're just looking really strong now. Even Pyromancer, jeez. Z-Freak, 1,800 gold saved up. He's farming 267 GPM here. Looks like Sheepstick going to be in the work for Bubbles. You got Tempest, level 16 again. This Shrunken Head, speaking of that, Ravener finishing his own Shrunken Head. And another level Shield Breaker coming up for Emerald Warden here. It's going to be level 2 Shield Breaker now. So getting some nice right click here. pinning up the triple stack ancients in the meantime. And so even after that death, again, another 3,000 gold saved up. Symbol of Rage here. And hell, they could even still finish an Energizer. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes for that by any means, but as he is still just sitting on a soul screaming, but uh-oh. Ravener. Oh, will they find Moon Queen? They find Moon Queen. The ball one connects, and Moon Queen's in trouble! Moon Queen's gonna end up falling! He does have a buyback, but a beautiful start there for Lions. Bubbles in the background. He gets the kill field. He's gonna run away immediately, though. He did just take cover right there. He will be fine in the long run. So they're gonna go right for Conqueror, it looks like. Now, again, Moon Queen has a buyback. 60 seconds on Resurrection. Will they actually go for Conqueror? There is not really the most vision for Stay Green around this area. They have a ward set over here, but that's it. Instead, Stay Green, instead of buying back Moon Queen here and maybe fighting it, will they push others? Not really. They got it figured that it's happening. Stay Green's definitely a smart enough team to know this. That's probably happening. It's just a matter of are they willing to try to commit to defending it or not. Here comes the Vagabond later, so they'll notice. Moon Queen, she's not buying back, though. It's going to be a free Conqueror kill here. For Lions, as long as they fully commit. I mean, it's getting close. It's getting close. Wretched Egg is nearby. Lowstone's here as well. Bat Blast in the background. Here we go. Tempest Shuriken Head. The Shuriken Head's up all over the place. Ravener dropping low. Ravener jumps in. He's going for Wretched Egg with the Shuriken Head up. In the meantime, Shadow Storm goes off. Hag, though, still the Shuriken Head himself. He's going to be fine. Moon Queen's still not up. Ravener's actually going to pour it back. Conqueror is so low, but they can't finish him. Oh, no, or will they? They're going to still try. Oh, geez. It's such an awkward spot. Energy field goes down. Conqueror, it looks like he is going to fall right here, but at what cost? He goes down, taking a life of Ember Warden. Will this be the big difference, though? The Traps doing some work right here. Traps actually doing some work. Ember Warden, they're locked in with the Skull Cell. The burst damage. Tempest is now here. Tempest has an Elemental Void, but he doesn't have follow-up with them. Kelfield coming on to Warden. He's in trouble. Meanwhile, Swinnemel's picking up a kill on a Jonas Fan, and now the kill happens on Ember Warden. He's going to get bursted down. Hat-trick coming out for Wretched Hag. And that was all without Moon Queen. Lion Esports Club was panicked. They weren't sure. They were definitely on a different page right there in terms of what they wanted to do. So Stay Green was able to not only prevent well, again, Conqueror did happen, but they forced Lions in a very awkward spot to do it. So now Lion Esports Club, no buyback on Ember Warden. All of a sudden, we'll win from a huge pickoff on a Moon Queen. Your base is now being dropped. Engineer's going to fall right here. Melee Rack's already dead. And the ranged Racks, it looks like, may end up surviving. But that'll be the end of that fight. So, Lion Esports Club even falling further behind now. Stay Green continuing to feel pretty damn good. You have a Moon Queen here. Again, she didn't even end up buying back. In fact, she must have, I want to say she must have bought something. Maybe not. She had around that gold before she died. So, yeah, 3,800 gold saved up on her. Ember Warden does finish off a level 3 shield breaker here. But again, that commitment to go back in at the end there and try to finish up Conqueror, it was a tough spot to be in. Because it's either that, at that point, either you go finish off Conqueror, if anything, and, you know, worst case scenario, you do die like you did right there, which, you know, it happened. But what could have also happened if they didn't go to finish off Conqueror, Stay Green would have very likely cleaned it up. Then all of a sudden you have now a token alive to deal with Moon Queen, even the Hag, depending on at that instance, as Moon Queen might not have been there right then. But anyways, he would have had a token of life to deal with, and that would have not helped things either. So they went for that play, obviously. And that was the end result. So talk about Shieldbreaker. How about that? Okay, I was gonna say that would have been kind of a awkward pickup on Moon Queen, especially with the Whispering Helm on him. But actually, he goes a full Similar Rage in the meantime. So Similar Rage going to be delivered to Moon Queen here in the near future. You also got the Abyssal Skull just finished on Ophelia. Lions still trying to play somewhat aggressive here, knowing that this is where they still can shine, perhaps. Bubbles actually jumps right on top of Lowstone. So I'm going to see kind of missing, though. Here we go. Fight's definitely taking place. Lowstone, Shadow Storm activated. He wants to try to get somebody. Gonna rocket drill. Times it. No, nice take cover from Lip in the meantime. Energy field over here. Tempest looking for his opportunity. Lowstone's dropping the portal key away from Tempest. He comes back in. The Sugar Den. They immediately cancel the Elemental Void right there with the Skeleton King. There's so many different fights going on. The Engineer's going to be picked off. Ravener will get one kill. No, never mind. He's now on the run right here. as he's going to end up getting caught. Most likely, no, he's going for the TP, might be fine. Nice putting it in Lowstone. Lowstone not going to survive, though. But the big picture, Ravender and Emerald Ward are the only two alive. GG, well played is being called. It looks like game number 2 is going to go to Stay Green, so they stay alive here in the grand finals. It will be a 2-1 series lead, still in favor of Lion Esports Club, but Stay Green again, staying alive in a game where Lion Esports Club had upwards of 10,000 gold in experience lead earlier on in that game.